What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, bringing you the newest episode of Super Bowl or Bust. And this series, this episode, is inspired by, I'm watching Last Chance U, Season 2 is out on Netflix. Tremendous documentary. And it got me kind of thinking about high school. A lot of these guys are talking about how they came up through high school, troubled childhoods, all that stuff. And that just got me thinking, like, high school. What about, who are some of the best players? There's always guys that never turn out well from high school. Looking back, what guys in the NFL, or who are still available, were elite high school recruits? So what I've done is built a base team around the top recruits out of every single position from high school, and there's definitely some big time surprises. I like to think that I like to soak up as much football knowledge as possible. I learned a couple things. A couple players I had no idea played in positions that they did. But then also, while I was doing this, I found a lot of guys that were out of position. A lot of guys that in high school or during the recruiting process played an entirely different position than what they play now in the NFL. So I've included every single one of them by way of either on my roster or in the practice squad. Two guys that we had to make do was Andre Caldwell, and we had to lose Trent Richardson. Caldwell was a top 25 wide receiver recruit, and Trent Richardson was the number 9 running back recruit. So I guess it'd probably be easy to explain. I use 24/7 recruiting. They have all the top star recruits, all dating all the way back to the year 2000. So, for the last 17 years, these have been the top of the line players. I will say right now, the number 1 scout, the player with the highest grade ever, was Jadeveon Clowney, who you will see. Let's jump right into the roster. We're going to start with, we'll go with the practice squad. We'll work our way up. So, starting with the practice squad, we have Jabril Peppers, who was a 75 overall. He was classified as the number 1 athlete all time, and he's a running back. So, his stats are kind of all over the place. But when we juiced most of these players a little bit to try to reflect maybe where they were at. Maybe because he was number 1 athlete all time. 75 is a little low for Jabril Peppers, but more so because I didn't want him to overshadow the actual top recruited running backs. And Jabril Peppers can play everywhere, from running back to corner to places on defense, wide receiver. He's a 75. We have Brian Bennett here, who had some issues at Oregon, but he was a top 25 quarterback recruit. We have Cyrus Jones, the cornerback from the New England Patriots, who actually played wide receiver. Cyrus Jones was the number 34 athlete all time and classified as a wide receiver. We also have Nelson Aguilar. Nelly Drops Galore was the number 27 athlete all time, and he was a two-way player. Played wide receiver and cornerback. Maybe Philly should try him at cornerback. That's one of the stupidest things I've ever said. But hey, who knows? And then we have Devin Fuller, the rookie from the Atlanta Falcons, I believe. Devin Fuller was the number 32 athlete all time, and he played quarterback before he went to UCLA, and they made him a wide receiver. So jumping into the running backs, or the quarterback spot, we have Terrell Pryor here, who got the 95 overall. He is the number 3 recruited quarterback of all time, so we gave him a 95. We have Matt Barkley, who got an 85. He's the number 4 quarterback all time. We have Denard Robinson, just for out of position because he was quite spectacular at the quarterback spot for Michigan. And then we have Russell Shepard here, who, spent some time with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, now is a member of the Carolina Panthers. A 72 overall quarterback, but he was the number 8 quarterback in his draft class. Or the number 8 recruited quarterback of all time. So because of all the position changes and stuff like that, that's why he's a 72. The number 1 quarterback, for those of you that are wondering, was Vince Young. Vince Young was the number 1 quarterback recruit, but I didn't really want to create any players. But I figured we showed some love here to Mr. Vince Young. But Terrell Pryor will be our starter. That wide receiver that's supposed to help out the Redskins? Yeah, he's the best quarterback recruit ever. Wrong position, bud. Look at the running back spot. We have Leonard Fournette, who got a 99. He's the number 1 running back recruit of all time. I think he's the number 4 recruit, regardless of position, in terms of grade. Like a perfect 1.0 grade is a 5-star, like top of the line. There's only 4 guys that were over a 1.0, and Leonard Fournette is one of those guys, so we gave him a 99. We have Adrian Peterson here, who was the number 3 running back recruit all time. We have Bryce Brown, I think was the number 7 running back recruit all time. And here's something absolutely crazy. Terrell Suggs is the number 31 athlete all time. He played running back. Obviously, he played a little bit of defense, but he was a two-way player, and he played, I assume, defensive end or outside linebacker, and he played running back. Didn't know that whatsoever, so that, there's something creative you could do there with T.SIZZLE. Who will see T.SIZZLE as starting running back, No fullback right now. Jumping to the wide receivers, DGB kind of tough talking about DGB, knowing what happened while he's in Philly. He's the #1 wide receiver recruit of all time, and this is actually when I started getting into high school recruiting. Maybe more so just because of the NCAA game where you could create your own recruits. That's when I started looking at it, and DGB was really in the first year or two that I got into that. So he's getting the perfect 99. Julio Jones is the #2 wide receiver all time, so he's getting that perfect 99. We have Percy Harvin down here, who's the #5 wide receiver recruit all time, getting a 93. AJ Green, he's you know what it does with AJ Green. He's a beast. He's the #15 wide receiver recruit all time. And then we have Ruben Randall here, who is the #16 wide receiver top recruit of all time. And for other position, we have Taylor Mays. I mean, if you play Ultimate Team, you're probably more familiar with Taylor Mays, but he basically was a combine warrior at USC. But during his high school days, he's the #5 athlete of all time and was a two-way player by playing defensive back and wide receiver. So we decided just to make things crazy and put him here at the wide receiver spot. Jumping at tight ends, Greg Olson, G-Reg with his third leg, is the #1 tight end recruit of all time. So he's getting a 99. I keep saying all time since these things have been tracked. So I guess I could say all time since they've been tracked. So just to make it clear, just because, oh no, actually the 1973 guy's the top. No, just to be clear. And then we have Martellus Bennett, who is the #2 tight end recruit. So, you know, that's pretty fair. That's, you know, both these guys' careers did pan out. Not always the case, as we've seen with a couple guys. Going to the tackle spots, at left tackle, we have Cam Robinson, the rookie for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who is the #4 tackle recruit of all time with a 92 overall. At left guard, we have Isaac Seumalo of the Philadelphia Eagles. I did not know this, but he's the #12 offensive guard recruit of all time. I didn't know he was a 5-star recruit for Oregon State. It's a good get for a goddamn Oregon State. So he's an 84. At center, we have Michael Brewster, who's the #4 center recruit of all time. You know, couldn't find anyone in the top 5 outside of him, so we're using him. At right guard, we have Andre Smith, who played right tackle, was actually pretty good for the Cincinnati Bengals, but he was initially scouted as a guard and recruited as a guard, so we gave him a 93 overall, as he is the #1 offensive guard recruit of all time. And at the right tackle spot, staying with Alabama, we have Cyrus Kwanjo, who got a 97 overall, and he's the #1 offensive tackle recruit of all time. I was kind of contemplating giving him a 99. Just didn't, his ratings didn't work out that way. But yeah, Alabama, you know, not very surprising. We've seen how many, like 4 Alabama players right now. It happens. That's what happens. That's why people hate Alabama. Oh yeah, we also have Eric Armstead here. How dare I? Eric Armstead, the defensive tackle / end. We'll just say defensive lineman of the San Francisco 49ers, was actually recruited as the #7 athlete of all time and was a two-way player playing defensive line and offensive line. So with that size, we decided to make him a right tackle. Going on the defensive side of things, we have Robert Kimdichie here, who we gave a 93 overall. He's the #2 defensive end recruit of all time, and we're pairing that with first-round draft pick this year, Myles Garrett, who's the #3 defensive end recruit of all time. So that is going to be pretty damn terrifying, even though Kimdichie, probably in my 4-3 front, is more of a defensive tackle. We got some defensive tackles for you. But the #1 recruit, high school recruit ever, is Jadeveon Clowney. The highest grade I've ever seen, at least from this one website. I know it's probably around the way. Again, he's another guy that when I was getting into the whole high school recruiting process, him and DGB were the first 2 freak prospects that I really recall. He's a 93. And we also included Brandon Graham, who was, I think, like top 15 defensive end, or top 25 at least. So I decided just to keep him on the roster. Down to the defensive tackle spot, we have Mario Edwards Jr. We gave a 94 overall. He is the #3 defensive tackle recruit of all time. We're pairing that with Dom Easley, who went to my Gators, who's the #4 defensive tackle recruit of all time. And we just kept Fletcher Cox's, you know, whatever. If you need roster minimums, you might as well have a 92 as the roster minimum. Jumping to left outside linebacker, we have Jelani Jenkins, another Florida Gator, who's the #3 outside linebacker recruit of all time. I think that 91. Pairing that with Ahmad Brooks, who is the #10. I mean, going way back, you're really pushing this database. But he was also a 5-star recruit and the #10 outside linebacker recruit. We have LaMarcus Joyner, who was the #9 athlete of all time and played a little bit of linebacker and safety, I believe, before he went to Florida State. So we decided to make him an outside linebacker. And then we have James Wilder Jr., who was the #20 athlete of all time and played a little bit outside linebacker. I think he kind of came in as a two-way player for Florida State, and then they decided to make him a running back, and he was actually a pretty damn good running back during his time there at Florida State. Look at the middle linebacker. We have Jordan Hicks. Again, did not know this. He's the #7 inside linebacker recruit of all time. So I'm glad Philly has 2 of them in Hicks and Seumalo. And then we have Jalen Smith here, 97 overall. He's the #1 inside linebacker recruit. But we decided, because we're running the 4-3 His skill set definitely is a little bit more tailored to an outside linebacker, more so than Jordan Hicks. Just because I think Jordan Hicks, because of his coverage ability, you want him dropping back in the middle. But Jalen Smith, I'm hoping, he was dominant at Notre Dame, had a really bad injury. I'm still kind of pulling against him because he's on the Cowboys. But if he does get back healthy, man, he's going to be an absolute monster. Look at the secondary. Things started to get weird. Ted Ginn was the #1 cornerback recruit of all time. I had no idea he played defensive back in high school. No idea. Obviously, he was a two-way player, dynamic, punt returner, special teamer. No idea. He would be the #1 over the likes of, we have Eric Berry, who was #2 as a corner. I did not know that, but it's, it's not too far-fetched to think one of the best safeties played corner. We have Pat Pete, who was #4. We have Vernon Hargraves, that was #3. So these guys here, no idea Ted Ginn was over those players. Shocking. We have Devin Hester, who I did know was a two-way player. I remember way back, kind of showing my age here a little bit, when Devin Hester first was in this game as a dynamic punt returner. He was classified as a cornerback for the Chicago Bears. I don't know if, I'm pretty sure he would have been drafted as a corner then. And then we have Marquise Lee here. Marquise Lee was the #44 athlete of all time, and he played corner before he went to USC. So he decided to make that position change after he had, breakout year with the Jacksonville Jaguars. But Ted Ginn, the #1 corner of all time, that's fucking crazy. Jumping to free safety, we have Will Hill, Florida Gator, #2 safety recruit of all time. And we're pairing that with another player I had no idea. And we have Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen was regarded as the #18 safety of all time. Did not know he played safety. Knew he was a really highly touted wide receiver at Cal. Did not know he played safety, so the more you know. And then at the strong safety spot, we have Landon Collins here, who's the #4 safety recruit of all time, was really good at Alabama, had kind of a shitty rookie season, but last year with the Giants, he was absolutely dominant. And then we have Carlos Williams Sr., the running back. He's the #7 safety recruit of all time. Florida State just loves switching players. I guess they have an eye for talent and trying to switch defensive guys to the offensive side and vice versa. But Carlos Williams was a safety. Couldn't find any kickers and stuff. No one shows love to the special teamers. But that is our roster, guys. And as you know, it's time to play this game. We're going to play this opening game against the Browns. We're going to simulate all the way to the Super Bowl, and hopefully we can make a Super Bowl rush with these high school recruits and just miscreants. Goddamn fiends over here playing out of position. All right, let's jump right in. So we're opening up the Browns. I'm sure they're just absolutely devastated that they no longer have Jabril Peppers. More so, we got two players with our starting quarterback Terrell Pryor being a former Brown. Let's see if we can get some funky uniforms going. Get those disgusting 30s. Oh yeah, that looks about as stupid as we can get for this game. So yeah, this is something that's pretty cool though. High school recruits, guys. Anyone that was surprising to you? Obviously, ones that I did not know whatsoever was Ted Ginn at corner. I didn't know Carlos Williams was a safety. I didn't know Keenan Allen was a safety. Didn't know that, I guess Eric Armstead played tackle. But the biggest one, even more so than Ted Ginn, is that Terrell Suggs played running back. Let's fix this. Get this mic a little more. Set it to my vocal cords. That T.SIZZLE himself was a running back. That's fucking nuts. Yeah, a couple players been here since I have been, I'm not going to say I'm hardcore into following high school recruiting and stuff like that. I think that's a little creepy. But, I knew Fournette. I knew Dorial Green-Beckham. I knew Cyrus Kwanjo. I knew Cam Robinson. I knew Clowney. I knew Kim Dichie. I knew Myles Garrett. I knew Merle Edwards. I knew Dom Easley. I knew Jelani Jenkins. I didn't know Jordan Hicks. I guess he's right around the time frame that I would have been watching. Oh, Fournette. And following the scouting. I knew about Vernon Hargraves. I knew about Will Hill and Landon Collins. So I'd say I knew probably about 50%, 50-60% of these guys. But still a couple surprises. But on the offense, let's see what we can do here. We have some overpowered players. Whoa. Okay. Shout out to Madden. A lot of people give Madden shit. Shout out to Madden for still putting these terrible Eagle jerseys in the game. I remember one time I saw, actually, like here in Canada, it is very rare. Like that's honestly, I don't want to be like, hey guys, I need you to buy me stuff. But people have asked me, I probably got asked at least a dozen times now, do I have a P.O. box? I want to send you some stuff. I think that what would be absolutely dope is for you guys in America, at your thrift stores and stuff, you could find old vintage football stuff, gear and like that all the time. Here in Canada, it is unbelievably rare to find anything. Well, one time I found a Brian Westbrook, that terrible Eagles jersey. And I was going to buy it, but it had like a, I don't know what the fuck was on the front, like a giant grease stain. But yeah, the one time in my life I have found a football, an Eagles, something Eagles at a thrift store. It was one of these jerseys, Brian Westbrook, and it was just fucking ruined. Like, I don't know why they even put it out for sale. I found a couple good jerseys in my time here. I had, remember as a kid, I had a Vinny Testaverde Jets jersey. I think my brother had a Doug Flutie Patriots jersey. I don't know why they made those. Oh, we're trying to scramble too much. We're trying to do too much. But, like, I guarantee, like, more than half you guys here could go to a thrift store right now and probably find 5 jerseys. 5 old-ass jerseys. Something about open up a P.O. box and you send me literally any jersey. I'm a guy, I'll wear fucking any type of jersey if it's good. I'll fucking wear, like, what's the most random jersey you could think of? I'd wear a goddamn Jeff Garcia Browns jersey if I had one. Once I get them face cams rolling, we'll be rock and rolling with some jerseys. I have a decent jersey collection, but a lot of them are just Eagles. I don't have... Good. Oh my God. We're going to take off. That's a face mask, 15 yards. But yeah, saying that I was inspired to do this from watching Last Chance U, which I'm going to say once again, definitely go get that. I mean, everyone has Netflix nowadays. But I'm thinking, you know, I've said that I want to have a NCAA franchise that goes along with my Madden 18 Eagles franchise. And I'm thinking of making some of the JUCO transfers guys from that show. Oh, come on. Not a big fan of these receivers. I mean, we got 299s in Julio and Dorial Green-Beckham. Doesn't feel like it. Does not feel like we have 299s. They're up, but the Browns are playing us tough. Fit that in. And Kirksey gets a... Oh, my God. We're going to play one play on defense. Oh, I don't know. Usually doesn't let us. We're going to go all the way from their one. Oh, they had to punt it. Third down. We got 14. I guess the computer knows how to play them. We're picking up in the red zone here. Go mountain spots. I guess the fucking... Man, maybe the Eagles playbook's feeling rusty to me right now. I haven't played with the Eagles in a little bit. Look at this. No one's open. No one. Just throw it away, I guess. Did not know the Browns magically got the top secondary in football. Didn't get that memo. Missed out on that one. Alright, come on. Okay, we're going to Greg Olsen here. I think he can beat this. Yeah, yeah. Back in the end zone to G-Reg with his third leg. 21-0 at half. I thought it'd be 41-0 at half, but what do I know? Time to round the score. Speaking of high school, there's nothing that personifies high school football more than running up the score against terrible teams. You gotta get them stat numbers out. You gotta get that box score for the scouts. There we go. That's a touch. Oh, I guess not a touchdown for DGB. Okay. Well, I'm gonna refuse to use Fournette today. I don't feel like using a running back. There we go. Julio! We're probably going to break some records. I think Terrell Pryor is going to have a terrifyingly dominant stat line when this season is done. Because after this game, we will sim right to the playoffs. Then we'll take over here for the playoff push. Oh, yeah. Take that jump ball. Oh. Okay. Pass interference! Jamar Taylor doing a pretty decent job there, considering he was grossly overmatched for size. Third down on the 18. Plus, you know, we have like 33 rushing attempts. We're going to play the moments. Fournette is getting his snaps. He's eating. I'm not worried about him being hungry. I'm not worried about him looking thin, you know. Yeah. This is why I don't play Ultimate Team, because you get bullshit stuff like this. Oh yeah, just a 99 overall Terrell Pryor. Fantastic. That's what everyone wanted. There we go. 35-3 body game. This body game. Body bag. 174 yards for Fournette. 4 touchdowns for Terrell Pryor. 5 total. I mean, that's a rough game. So when we come back, guys, we're going to simulate all the way to the Super Bowl. And then we're going to pick up. I mean, we're definitely going to the playoffs. And we'll see what... And yeah, 16-0, the second time really in the week that I've been recording this, and I've had 2 16-0 undefeated teams here in Madden 17. I made a big deal about it in the last episode. It would have been small school legends, and it ended up biting us in the ass. So I'm not gonna make a big deal of it. We've never gone undefeated in a season at all. So I'm gonna leave it at that. We're not gonna talk about it again. But this team was fucking dominant, man. 16-0. Looking at the stats. Terrell Pryor went off, 4,300 passing yards, 42 touchdowns, 11 picks, only sacked 14 times, so what hell of a year from everyone on the offense. Running the ball, 18, almost 1,900 yards, and 16 touchdowns for Fournette, 1,019 from Adrian Peterson, 203 from Pryor. We got 4 touchdowns from Bryce Brown. I have never seen a fucking 2,000-yard rushers. 2 guys like that. That's pretty much 2 starting running back stat lines to go along with a fucking quarterback that threw for 40 touchdowns. This is the most prolific offense I've ever seen in Madden. 95 catches, 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns for Julio. We got 1,100 yards, 13 TDs for AJ Green. 747 and 10 from Greg Olsen. 784 and 6 from DGB. We got 5 touchdown catches for Martellus Bennett. We got 3 more touchdowns for the running backs. Let's do the math here. That's 35, 67, 38 total touchdowns from our running backs. On the offensive line, we gave up 14 sacks. And really, it's showing that only sacks went to Cam Robinson. So the rest, I guess, were self-enforced from Pryor, probably trying to scramble. From a defensive standpoint, 113 tackles for Jordan Hicks. The sacks front, we got 11 from Clowney, 10 from Mario Edwards, 8.5 from Fletcher Cox, 7.5 from Myles Garrett. Why didn't Woody call play? I guess Easley wasn't good enough to fucking play for some reason. Sacks were not that great, though. 7 picks for Eric Berry, 4 for Jalen Smith, 4 for Ted Ginn, 2 for Jordan Hicks, and 2 for Will Hill. So the interceptions are nice. Really, the only downside of this entire team is that we didn't get up to the quarterback as much as I would have liked. Kicking game looked pretty damn weak. We didn't really have to punt it a whole lot, but 7,000 yards of offense. MVP went to Terrell Pryor. Fournette came in at number 4. I mean, that's everything you want to see. Makes you tear in your eye. Get teary-eyed here. I want to see how many points we put up. Like, did we put up 1,000 fucking points of offense? We put up over 100 more, almost 100 more points than the second closest team, the New England Patriots, and we didn't even touch them really. So yeah, let's go in here. Divisional round at the link against the 9-7 Detroit Lions. So I mean, unless Matt Stafford can pull a horseshoe out his ass, we're gonna dominate this one. This one's gonna be feeling pretty good. I mean, the last time it was in the AFC, and we played with the small school college legends. So we went up against maybe the greatest team ever assembled, which is the legendary Cincinnati Bengals, where I couldn't name more than 3 legends on their team. But I get it, all right? I understand. This is a different story. Different team, different story. We're the goddamn Philadelphia Eagles, and we're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to go fucking 18-0. Pardon my French. The team didn't even play that good. I mean, obviously we played the Browns, but we weren't as lights out as you would have assumed that we would play. I was like, I'm going to plug in my phone here. Probably make a little bleep. It comes up on the microphone. All right, let's rock and roll. Feeling good. It's a snow game, so why not? We're just going to play if we need to. If not, we're going to let the sim that got us to 16-0 do its damn thing. We're at 14-0 right now. Oh, my God. 17-0. Controlling the clock. Third down alert. 24-0. Got the ball again. 31-0. They got a field goal at the end. They're still this 38-3. They got 10. They're making it not look as terrible as it is, but this is a fucking body bag. We're in the red zone. Why not get it? Let's get at least one play in here. Let's see how we're doing. 45. It looks like we haven't had any like interceptions for touchdowns or special teams touchdowns. This is all coming on the team. I'm going to assume Fournette has been doing most of the work. But, you know, you never really can Oh, yeah. Too damn easy. 50 bomb in the beginning of the playoffs. What a way to start things out here. 52-24 in the snow. Let's see what happened. We got 4 touchdowns from Terrell Pryor. Matt Stafford did have a good game. 200 yards, 2 touchdowns from Fournette. I mean, you know, what do you gotta do? This goddamn team's a steamroller. This team is Mike Tyson in the 90s. This team is Michael Jordan in the 90s. This team is Michael Irvin in the 90s. This team is Matthew McConaughey in the 90s. Alright, so we got that victory. We're going to the NFC Championship ball game. Where would we take it on? I wasn't checking the ticker. Maybe some of you guys. It seems like, you know, I feel like that's all you guys look for when you watch these videos. Ticker. Atlanta? Probably Atlanta. Oh, the 13-3 Carolina Panthers. Actually, that's pretty damn good. 13-3, but they're coming to the link. Are they gonna put them in the snow? You know, I guess, you know, relatively warm weather team in Carolina. Like I said, sometimes I fuck up my geography in America when saying your weather. Like, I didn't know Tennessee got snow, and people said Tennessee gets snow. And I thought Carolina was too hot to get snow, but I guess not. But North Carolina seems like you'd get snow, but South Carolina, like, it just seems like they're a lot closer, I would guess, than what they are. I'm gonna guess North Carolina gets snow and South Carolina does not. South Carolina's in the SEC. North Carolina's in ACC. I think they're in the ACC. But this is a big ball game here. 29 victories between us. Obviously, only one team's last 3 games. It's not my team. But dropping a 50 bomb against the line, showing utter disrespect. You know that the damn Panthers are going to come out here and want to put on a show. This is where we stalled the last time we had an undefeated team. We lost in the championship. Look at this, holding to us from field goal. Oh, yeah, but there we go. We're in the red zone once again. Okay, holding us to... Fuck, we missed another field goal. What is this? And now we have a turnover. It's a field goal ball game here. We're gonna pick this up here. This team needs us to come in, give them a spark, give them a touchdown. Also, I've never gone undefeated. I would like to, at the dire end of Madden 17, to have an undefeated season. Just to say that I did that, you know. So we have Greg Olsen for the very lackadaisical first down conversion going against his former team. You know he's gonna want to put forth a strong effort. There we go. Finally getting a touchdown here. We got a 2-minute drill. We're in the red zone. It's a 17-3. I'm feeling a lot better about this game than I was against the Bengals last time we had undefeated team. 27-3. Keep going. They're going for it on 4th down. They couldn't do it. Cam Newton has no answer to these high school studs. There's a bunch of kids out on the field, and they're getting ready to hang a 30 bomb. So 80 points in 2 playoff games. This is supposed to be the best of the best. The creme de la creme of the NFL makes the playoffs. And we're about to drop fucking 80 points in 2 games. Oh, that throw. Oh, DGB dropped it. I mean, he's a 99. You figure he'd make that catch. I'll try mountain smash. The winner of this game will be taking on the Tennessee Titans in the Super Bowl. So going against Marcus Mariota and company. A very good run game. We'll take off. Oh, come on. Right, maybe we shouldn't have taken over. They might have scored without us, but this game's over. There we go. 27-3. I'll take that. Defense shutting them out. We had 2 touchdowns for Terrell Pryor. That bullshit fumble by me, my mistake. 169 yards and a touchdown for Leonard Fournette because I guess the sim only likes to run the ball. Big game from DGB as we are Super Bowl bound, getting ready to take on the 8-8 Tennessee Titans. I guess they have sipped into whatever juice that the Giants took in the late 2000s every time they made the playoffs. As that is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. This premier thing cost $1 million coins to get a goddamn player. If you guys haven't checked out my unbelievable Madden Ultimate Team video talking about that rookie premier program, make sure you go watch that. It is some exciting content where a noob like me who does not play Ultimate Team thought, hey, this sounds pretty damn cool. Being able to get, you know, that's always something that interests me in Madden because my biggest thing in Madden is there's no carryover value. We're able to earn a player, it comes over to the next game. Oh yeah, it just cost $1 million. Don't worry about it. So there we go, the 16-0 Philadelphia Eagles currently sitting at 18, 16, 17, 18-0. Get ready to go 19-0 if we can against the 8-8 Tennessee Titans in the final episode. I mean, in all honesty, the title of this series is Super Bowl or Bust. I think, you know, we've done 20 episodes, 15, 20 episodes. We may have won the Super Bowl 4 times, less than 5 for sure. So when you're batting at like 20%, not that hot. But going undefeated and winning the Super Bowl kind of puts all that behind you, you know? Before Super Bowl or Bust makes maybe a return to Madden 18. Basically, what's going to happen is I'm going to do Super Bowl or Bust at Madden 18 if the ideas come in. Because I use a lot of these. I don't want to reuse my ideas every year. Don't want to be every Madden 18, or Madden 17, Madden 18, Madden 19. We always do, you know, a rendition of high school recruits, stuff like that. I just, once it's done, it's done. I'm never going to delete them from the channel. If you have ideas, you know, you can hit that search bar and find out some funky things we've tried in the past. There we go. First quarter drive. We're in the 3rd down. We're in the red zone. Field goal. They hold us to a field goal, so a good start from the Titans. We're in 3rd down here again. Touchdown, 10-0. Ball game. Tennessee's able to manufacture a drive to get 7. We kick another field goal, 13-7. Titans defense is fucking showing up here. 16-7, having us stall. We're on the 1. You know what's going to happen. We're going to come in here when the ball's on the 1-yard line. We get a 99 overall running back in Leonard Fournette. Pretty decent offensive line. That's the most surprising thing, that this team's gone undefeated. The offensive line is not as good as some of the freak offensive lines we have seen. Fournette gets to the outside. Let's go. Let's end. Let's drop another 30. Let's put up over 100 points in 3 games in the playoffs. I think that should be our new goal. So it's 23-7. Man, they're hanging in there. 23-14. 3rd down alert. We had a turnover. 23-21. We're in the red zone. 3rd down. There we go. Get the touchdown. 30-21. They're going for it on 4th down. And it's a turnover. Looks like a pick 6. 38-21. Now it's only a 10-point ball game. Holy fuck. Big field goal. All right, this is it. Might as well have the best field goal kicker on YouTube ice this undefeated season. The only one in Madden 18, or Madden 17, sorry. As Sturgis, who must have been a 9-star recruit, nails it to make it a 41-28 ball game. Unless something freakily crazy happens, we're going to have a 19-0 season. They turn it over. Hey, we got 41. Let's go. Oh, there you go, fellas. Why not? You know, a week before I can get my hands on. When's this coming out? A couple weeks before, like 2-3 weeks before Madden 18 comes out, we finally fucking get our undefeated run. Let's go. As always, guys, you know, you can feel free to leave a suggestion for what you want to see in Super Bowl or Bust, because, you know, maybe need some ideas for Madden 18. Maybe there will be a video before Madden 18. It may have a double upload. A nice little 2 scoops up your poop chute for you. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. This is your first time stopping by. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button, as Fournette had another just terrifyingly good day. Like button if you enjoyed the video. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.